Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to this video. I'm Linji and today we have a 1v1 between Toxic and AJ. It looks like to me Toxic is on NA servers here. He is rocking 100 ping and he's going up against Optic AJ. Obviously AJ and his team didn't quite make the major, unfortunately, for next week, so he is still in North America. But it looks like Toxic has gone over to North American servers to see how he fares in a 1v1 against some of the best North American 1v1 players. AJ obviously one of the all-time greatest 1v1 players in North America, no doubt about it, and in the world. And Toxic reckons he can take him on his own servers, on AJ's own servers. Toxic looking for a cheeky pinch there. Probably a little bit too close to the goal for it to go in, but you never know, you never know. I've seen Toxic score some crazy goals. I wouldn't put it past him to score that one. He did get a lot of power on it. He was probably hoping for it to take a nice bounce off the corner. He has been demoed, but he picks up 100 boost. It's going to be hard to save this one. AJ's got him on skates there. Toxic, all he could really do there was try and close the angle as quick as possible. But AJ knew what Toxic was going to do. He dribbles one way, dribbles the other way. Right around Toxic into the open net. Well played from AJ. Toxic here now on the ball. And AJ does manage to push the ball back there into Toxic's half. And he's going to try and challenge the ball here, which he does. And it's going to be an open net if he can get this up. That's a great shot from AJ, actually. That wasn't easy at all. To carry on at that speed and to get that shot with that really tight angle, that's a really good goal from AJ. Really good challenge as well just before that. Toxic does kind of momentarily win the kickoff here. But he does get bumped away from the ball. But then he bumps AJ back here. And he might be able to get a shot on target. He does. 2-1 then to Toxic. To AJ, sorry. AJ 2-1 up. He did go 2-0 up. But Toxic gets a goal back. Good aggressive play there from Toxic. And now it's looking like AJ might... Oh, I thought he might try and steal that corner boost there, but not quite. And he's going to have to retreat as quick as possible here. Oh, he just avoids the demo from Toxic. That was whisker away there. And he's got a nice little setup here, as does AJ. He might go for the bump. No, he doesn't. He goes for a reset. Gets a really massive flick onto the ball. And it smashes into the backboard, unfortunately. Comes back out to Toxic, the open net. It's 2-2 then. That's quite unfortunate for AJ, who's looking for a goal there, definitely. And it looked like it was on for him. If he gets that in the top left corner, I don't think Toxic's reaching it. But AJ gets this really weird flick underneath the ball on the reset, and a bit too much in the end. And Toxic looking like he's going to get his third goal here. AJ overextends a little bit there to Toxic's corner to take the boost. Toxic just says, okay, I'll take the ball then. And he scores into the open net. He's 3-2 up now. Was 2-0 down, was Toxic. And he's come back into this game and scored a few goals in a row against AJ, who is looking pretty good in the Fennec. I'm not sure if AJ usually plays in the Fennec. I always thought he was more of an Octane main. But he's obviously trying out something different. He looks pretty good so far, I would say. Does AJ. His dribbles especially looking pretty clean. And he's going to try and pop this over Toxic, and he does. He does double jump, but Toxic actually gets up to it somehow. But he doesn't get a great read afterwards, does Toxic, on the backboard, and he kind of just lays the ball out to AJ. It's a free shot, and AJ ties the game up. Only 2 minutes have passed. There's plenty of time for each player to come back into this. Oh, that's a cheeky bump from Toxic. He just gets a little bit on AJ there, who looked like he may try and recover with the wave dash, but he just didn't have enough momentum to carry him towards the ball to keep the ball out, unfortunately. More aggressive plays coming out from Toxic there. Can't quite redirect that one off to kick off into the open net. But it was difficult with the low boost. AJ's dribbling the ball. He does land a reset. He can go for a musty as well. Doesn't get much height on it, but Toxic doesn't really get much connection on the save either. And again, he just sort of pays the favour back to AJ there. Rolls the ball out to him. And AJ can score easily into the open net. AJ looking for a fake kickoff here. He does get it. And he gets the challenge on the follow-up as well. And he does have an open net momentarily. Decides to take it to the corner. It's not a great bounce for him to shoot it, unfortunately. And Toxic does get enough on the ball there to clear the ball out away from AJ. AJ again though does have possession. I don't think he landed the reset. It's looking like Toxic's going to score into another open net here. He does. 5-4 to Toxic. AJ a little bit all in on his plays sometimes, and it's allowing Toxic, who we know is a very good counter-attacking player in 1v1. Very good defender. It's allowing him to counter-attack into the open net every time. AJ, oh, he gets a nice little dribble on Toxic there, and it's an open net. He lets the ball do the work for him. He just rolls it in, takes a little touch, and the ball just rolls in on its own. Wastes a bit of time, but probably doesn't want to too much because it is only 5-all. A great game so far, though. Very close affair between these two on Neo Tokyo. AJ a little bit lack of boost, and he accidentally backflips there on his backboard, but Toxic doesn't get a great shot off. AJ doesn't get a great hit off the ball either though, and the ball hasn't really gone anywhere, and Toxic's just going to take his time. He takes too much time, I would say. Probably a little bit too direct there from Toxic. And AJ saves the ball easily, and he gets a bump on Toxic down the other end, but the ball isn't quite on net. I'm not sure if Toxic got a touch there, or AJ got an extra touch that he didn't want. The ball didn't go in either way. AJ comes away from the ball here, or with the ball I should say. He tries to take control, but Toxic playing a really high line at the moment, and not allowing AJ to dribble out of his own corner. And he actually swoops in and takes the ball from AJ. And AJ is going to try and follow him and close down the angle, which he does. Oh, that's a great touch from AJ. Well played. Really well played. Let's rewatch that one because we don't get replays on ball chasing replays, unfortunately. Look at this touch from AJ. That second touch there was perfect. The first touch was really nice as well. The second touch just poked it past Toxic. Really well played from AJ. I don't think Toxic was expecting AJ to stay on the ball there, to be honest. AJ goes for kickoff this time. Doesn't fake it. But Toxic really strong at kickoffs, as we know. He's one of the best kickoffs in the world, if not the best currently. That's probably why we saw AJ fake the kickoff earlier, trying something a little bit different. He fakes that high air dribble there as well, and it nearly works actually. He nearly gets underneath Toxic. Toxic does match him in the air, and he's got it past AJ here, and he's got an open net to play with. Is he taking a bit of a heavy touch? No. The ball is on target anyway, even with that heavy touch, and it is 6-6. Very close match here between Toxic and AJ. Remember, Toxic is on NA servers here, so he's doing a really good job keeping up with AJ, who is on his home server. And Toxic gets a nice little challenge there actually, and a nice recovery as well. He's a little bit wary of the demo. AJ doesn't go for the demo. Toxic gets a nice flick there actually. It's a really good save though from AJ. And 20 seconds remaining, and it's still all square here. AJ the one with the ball and the boost. Toxic also has the boost, and he chases it quickly. He's going to get a pinch off the ground here, and it is on target as well. 7-6 to Toxic with 13 seconds remaining. He does chase the ball there, and he gets there before AJ. I think AJ probably not realising how much boost Toxic actually had there. And AJ does fake the kickoff here though, and he does win the ball and the boost. He's going to go and get this corner boost as well. He's got control of the ball, but Toxic is going to rush quickly just to knock a bit more time off the clock. And he does it really well. We are on 0 seconds. So when the ball hits the floor, that's game, and there it is. Toxic just gets the bump on AJ there to take him away from the ball at the end. That's a really good game actually. There is another one, so we're going to go into that one right now. Okay, game 2 then. Toxic still on NA servers. This game here was played just after the one we've just watched. Toxic on 84 ping this time instead of 100, so his ping has improved on this particular server. We're going to see if that can help him even more. I mean, he did win the last game on NA servers. Can he win it by a bigger margin this time, or can AJ fight back with a win for himself? He doesn't want to lose too many games to Toxic, I'd imagine, because Toxic is on the away server. AJ does go 1-0 up once again though, with some really good speed there, just catching Toxic out. With the speed, AJ, ooh, he's trying to go for a delayed kickoff. Toxic just barrels straight through the ball and past AJ into the open net. Well played from Toxic to realise what AJ was doing there. AJ does go for another delayed kickoff, and he almost concedes again from it. Not quite, he gets away with that one though. That was quite lucky on AJ's part there. AJ gets a nice demo there on Toxic, actually, and he's got a bit of space to play with, but that bounce is not going to be kind at all. He did have an open net there, but the bounce said nope. You're not having this open net this time, unfortunately. But he's got Toxic on a little bit of skates there. I mean, Toxic, I'm not sure if he's tripped on the post or something, but he didn't read the ball on the backboard at all. And the ball just comes back out to AJ for the open net. And AJ looking like he's sort of matching Toxic's kickoff here sometimes, but then Toxic sometimes pulls out something different that most players don't really expect. You know, he's got a lot of different kickoffs up his sleeve. AJ's kickoff looking half decent. AJ looking to take a bit of control here, and he's going to get the open net shot, and it is going to go in. 3-1 to AJ. I'm going to switch off AJ's camera there because he's making me a bit dizzy with the backwards cam. We're on board with Toxic here. Off the kickoff. 3-1 to AJ currently. So he is 2 goals up again, much like the first game, 2 goals up. That's a good shot from Toxic. That's almost top right corner. AJ wasn't sure. And he did go for the save there, did AJ, and he gets stuck on the post. at the same time, and then Toxic is allowed to get the rebound pretty easily into the open net once again. AJ again, pretty strong kickoff, and he does win it. He's going to take the boost as well. Is he going to go quick here? No, he's going to take his time. And then he goes into the air. He's going to go over the top of Toxic, straight into the top of the net. Toxic didn't have enough boost to play with there. He was on 0 boost there at the end, as you saw. AJ just dunks the ball into the top shelf. And Toxic's going to go for the fake kickoff this time. AJ doesn't read it. Toxic's going to go straight into the air with it as quick as he can. He lands 1 reset. Can he land 2? Not quite. Not quite on target either. He does come away with the ball. Oh, he went for the bump on AJ, but AJ saw it coming. And Toxic's going nowhere with that bump, unfortunately for him. AJ easily and comfortably into the open net. Once again, a lot of open net goals here between these two. Sometimes they're taking turns overextending, and that's a really strong kicker from Toxic. Barrels straight through AJ, and he's going to get a goal for that one. And that's what I said, sometimes Toxic can just switch it up on kickoffs and win. So dominant that he just gets a goal out of it, you know, plain and simple. It's not something you see often at this rank, where the kickoff is so good that they just automatically get a free shot in an open net. Because most of the players at this level have pretty good kickoffs. Toxic can sometimes just turn that kickoff up. And that was one of those moments there, and he gets a good save there. It allows AJ to take the shot. Gives AJ all the time in the world, but he can't quite convert, can AJ? And Toxic has just barreled through AJ once again. AJ does get back though. It's good defending. Doesn't have a lot of boost to play with, but he does pop it early there past Toxic, who somehow gets back to that. Not too sure how he managed that. Oh, and AJ catches him off guard though again. Toxic pushing too far upfield. And AJ just turns and shoots into the open net, catching Toxic off guard once again. And this game has been a lot of back and forth, catching each other off guard. A lot of open nets, as I said, so far. And Toxic does take an early shot there, but doesn't quite go on target. AJ does have only 0 boost to play with here, so he's got nothing to play with, more like, is what I should be saying. And he gets quite a weak shot on the net, and he gives the ball to Toxic, who has all the time in the world to send a flick to the top right corner. Wow, what a flick that is from Toxic. Let's rewatch that one from his POV. Great control on the backboard there, by the way. Takes control of the ball. He's got a bit of time to play with, and a great flick towards the top right corner of the goal. 6-4 then, still in favour of AJ, who, in my mind, definitely deserves to be up in this game. He's definitely been much better, as the scoreline shows. And Toxic messing up his kickoff there a little bit. And AJ's got a lot of time to play with here. And he does miss the open net though, but he does just get around the ball in time for the rebound, and he recovers well, does AJ. He recognises that that wasn't going in, and he needs to stick around for another shot. Toxic fakes another kickoff, and he's going to pop it high again. Nice and early. He didn't convert the last time he done this. This time he is though, and that's a great flip reset from Toxic. He gets so much lift on the ball into the left side of the goal. Great shot from Toxic. 7-5 then. He's keeping it close, this Toxic. He looks like he's going to get another goal here to make it 7-6. He's definitely keeping it close. He's had plenty of kickoff wins as Toxic, and some of his kickoff wins have come with kickoff goals as well, and it's keeping him in this game. Toxic thinking that AJ was going to fake the kickoff there, but he wasn't. He did look kind of odd from Toxic's POV, I must admit, but AJ did go for the ball. It was just a bit of a weird angle. Doesn't have a lot of boost to play with, this Toxic. And AJ is putting pressure on him. AJ's got 100 boost to play. What's he going to do? It's a bit of an awkward touch, and Toxic's just going to move in, I think. Nope, not quite. AJ's looking for a 50. I'm not sure that's the right play. It almost worked, I guess. But Toxic here is going to get the open net shot and make it 7-7, so it wasn't the correct play in the end for AJ. It's hard to win 50s against a player like Toxic. You know, he is a 1v1 main, so your 50s are going to have to be inch perfect if you want to beat him in that regard, especially the kickoff as well. AJ just getting a demo there, and it's going to be an open net shot for AJ. 8-7 to the man on the blue team, to the optic boy. 8-7 up. Toxic's got a little bit more work to do here. He does win another kickoff though, and he has brought himself way back into this game. But he needs to kind of secure some sort of lead here, does Toxic. I don't think he's been in the lead at all this game. It has been all AJ. The closest it's been is a draw, even. Can Toxic go ahead? Can he take the lead at all in this game? AJ is playing a really good game here. It's definitely a bit more cagey here as we get into the latter stages of the game. Another decent flick from Toxic, but this time AJ is going to get back to it. And he's going to take control as AJ, and he flicks it around Toxic right at the last minute. He's going to waste a bit of time here. Oh, he almost pokes it past the net there. A little bit too confident from AJ, but well played either way, well played. He tried to slow the shot down, I think. He almost ended up saving it. Toxic gets a really good kickoff once again. This guy's kickoffs are absolutely immense. I mean, earlier in the game I was saying the kickoffs looking pretty even. Toxic has proved me wrong there as soon as I said that. It is 9-7 though, and Toxic's going to have to get a couple of goals here. Can he get one now? Not quite. AJ rushes very quickly to close down the shot before it comes in. Oh, and Toxic does get a shot though around AJ. AJ getting a little bit too aggressive there on defense to stop the shot. And Toxic sees it coming from a mile off and pokes the ball around AJ into the open net. 9-8 then. It's a close game. Oh, Toxic. Oh, and AJ's missed the ball. What's going on here? Toxic doesn't have enough boost to get enough power onto the ball. And it's going to be an open net shot for AJ, who slots it in comfortably. 10-8. The game isn't finished yet. There's 12 seconds, and with Toxic's kickoffs, anything can happen in 12 seconds. Anything. He wins this kickoff. He's going to take the mid boost. Oh, he does miss it a little bit, and that's not what you want to be doing with such little time on the board. And it allows AJ to get back. And Toxic there, he's not even going to be able to convert to the open net because AJ is going to save it onto his own bar and down. And that is game 10-8 to AJ this time around on the NA servers. Now there was another game, but it was a bit of a washout. So I'm not gonna show it because it was a forfeit and a washout, but it did go in favour of Toxic, who won 7-0. We're not going to show it because it's not that great of a game. It was a bit of a dominant fashion, a bit of a show. It was a bit of a dominant show from Toxic, so nothing too interesting to see. These two games were the most interesting and enjoyable games to watch. Both on NA servers. Toxic, as I said, he did win another game, so he did take the best of 3, 2-1. But obviously we're only seeing 2 games here. We're seeing AJ's win and Toxic's win. And they were very entertaining games. I hope you enjoyed them. I did. I hope my casting wasn't too bad. If you did enjoy this video, consider leaving a like. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. And consider commenting on this video. I do reply to everybody. Or at least I try to. So if you have anything to say it in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, like I said, consider leaving a like and a subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. And I'll speak to you all very soon.